was the point where you started to feel that it wasn't right?
Like one morning I woke up, I had to go train, and this is when he'd stopped playing me. I remember just looking in the mirror. I mean, it sounds dramatic, but I was literally staring in the mirror. And I was asking if I could retire now. At 24, you know, doing the thing I love. For me, that was heartbreaking. It's always been me against myself in everything. I was winning the fight, smiling, showing that I was happy. But inside, I was definitely, losing the battle. Trauma is trauma, and your body registers it in the same way no matter what it is. If you knew about my life, you would understand that a little bit more. I want to help other people to know that they're not alone in the feelings they've got, and doesn't make you weak to get help.
Today we're going to interview Deli Alli. Yes, are you okay? I worked with Deli whilst I was with England as a coach. I absolutely loved him when he was with England. He was playing under Maurizio Pochettino at Spurs, just in that number 10 role, wasn't it, running forward, always joining Harry Kane. I just thought he was the real deal. It was almost like a modern day Brian Robson, modern day Roy Keane in terms of a box-to-box. But it has no doubt changed since 2018-19. In the last few years, Deli's, obviously from a football perspective, got nowhere near the levels that he was playing at back in that sort of mid-2015-16 season. So, we want to know why that is. I'm concerned about him because when I see someone drop off like he has, from the ability that he has, then you always think what's going on in the lad's life. There's been a blip, and I have to say there's a fascination with him still, I think. People want to ask that question, what's happened, Deli? Are you okay? Deli and his team have reached out in this last few days to say that it is the right time now to speak, and we're obviously delighted to bring him in today to talk about it. It'll be a very different type of overlap. Obviously everybody's asked that question in the last 12 to 18 months, what's happened with Deli, and today we're going to find out. Deli, welcome to the overlap. Obviously I worked with you in 2015-16 with England, and obviously seen what's happened in the last 12 to 18 months, the way in which your football's gone. First question is, are you okay?
It's a question I've definitely been asked a lot. But I think this is probably the first time in a long time that I can say yeah, and mean it. I think mentally I'm probably in the best place I've ever been. And yeah, I feel good. Obviously injured at the minute, but football, I've got that passion back for football. I mean, yeah, so I'm doing really well.
Just tell us what's been happening with you in the last day. You're feeling good now, but obviously it means that you weren't feeling well at a certain point.
Yeah, I think now's probably the right time for me to tell people what's been going on. It's tough to talk about it because it's quite recent, and it's something I've kind of hid for a long time, and I'm scared to talk about it, but I think it's the right thing to do. So when I come back from Turkey, I came in and I found out I needed an operation, and I was in a bad place mentally. I decided to go to a modern day rehab facility for mental health. They deal with addiction, mental health and trauma. Because it was something that I felt like it was time for me. I think with things like that, you can't be told to go there. I think you have to know, and you have to make the decision yourself, else it's not going to work. And yeah, to be honest, I was caught in a bad cycle. I was relying on things that were doing me harm. And yeah, I think I was waking up every day and I was winning the fight, going into training, smiling, showing that I was happy. But inside, I was definitely, losing the battle. And it was time for me to change it, because when I got injured and they told me I needed surgery, I could feel the feelings I had when the cycle begins, and I didn't want it to happen anymore. So I went there for 6 weeks. And, Everton were amazing about it. They supported me 100%, and I'll be grateful for them forever. I think whatever happens in the future, I think for them to be so open and honest and understanding, I think I couldn't have asked for anything more in that time when, I was probably making the biggest decision of my life. Something I was scared to do, I think. But I'm happy I done it, and to be honest, I couldn't have expected it to go the way it did. Or, you hear about it, it has this whole stigma around it, and it's something people don't want to do. Going into rehab, it definitely sounds scary. But yeah, I could never have imagined how much I'd get from it and how much it would help me mentally, because I was in a bad place. I think, a lot happened when I was younger that I could never understand, I could never figure out, and I was doing stupid things that I blame myself for. But really going there and learning about it, it was never really in my control. Understanding it and learning, and it's helped me a lot with other things, you know, to do with my like my blood family. I let go of some things and some bad feelings I was holding, and that would slow me down and hold me back. That's where I've been. I'm laughing. I learned that this is my defense as well, laughing and smiling.
Just on